Thawahgabar, property manager with Blue Meadow Properties and team lead at the Midas Group at Core Realty. I just want to say hello and let you know a little bit about me. So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist, where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure that things go off without a hitch. So I've taken those skills and applied them to my career as a real estate agent, where I feel like what really sets me apart from other agents is my ability to be able to, one, be a fierce negotiator. So not only do I brilliantly market your property to make sure it gets sold as quickly as possible or gets leased as quickly as possible, but I'm also going to take every ounce of energy and putting it into negotiating for you and for your property to get the best deal that you can possibly get for it. So once we get to the closing table, all the I's are going to be dotted, all the T's are going to be crossed, everything's going to go off without a hitch, and that is my word that I'm giving to you as your real estate agent. So if that's the type of agent you're looking for, reach out to me. You see my phone number on the page.
The terrorist, his name is Samsudin Jabbar, and he sounds like a regular guy. He sounds like a regular American, born and raised in America, right? Born and raised in America, was in the military. Then this video is him promoting his real estate company, or the company he worked for. Let me just read a little bit about him. It says, this just came out. It says that the FBI is now confident that suspect acted alone in New Orleans because they believe that this suspect who drove the truck and ran over, I believe, 40 people, and I think about 15 people passed away, died. They thought that he was working with people because they found an ISIS flag, but now they're saying that he acted alone. It says that the FBI official addressing media on Thursday said law enforcement is confident the suspect Samsudin Jabbar acted alone, a reversal since yesterday when officials said they were looking into the possibility that the suspect had coordinated with others, right? So he did not act with other people. He was acting alone. Now, I want to talk a little bit about these terrorist attacks, celebrating, holidays and all of that. Now, that was a horrible thing, but, terrorism is as American as apple pie. Terrorism is part of the inception of America. America was built on terrorism. Like, let's be real, let's be honest about it. And so these things are going to continue to happen. Like, this has been something that America can't get away from because the inception of the country, of the nation, is built on terrorism. It's built on bloodshed. It's built on genocide. And so until America rights the wrongs that they have committed against other groups, from a spiritual aspect, they're always going to have to deal with this. There's nothing actually they can do to stop this. It's nothing they can actually do to catch these things, because, see, America is dealing with so many things in the world. They're in all of these nations and countries and all of these conflicts and trying to pay attention to everything and police everything. So even when you look at it from a resources standpoint, America don't have the resources to find and figure out all of these terrorist cells that are homegrown, like this man was. And some people will say he was black. Like, look at him. Let me go back. Look at him. Some people will say he's black. And this is a good teaching point right here, to just look at him. He is not a black man. He is not a black American. He was born in America, but he is not the same. He doesn't represent black people, but other groups would look at him as though he is black because of the color of his skin. I'm guessing he's like East Indian or something like that, maybe even Arab. I don't know. They said he had connections to ISIS, but this just shows you that everybody that is dark skinned are not the same. right? This is a good teaching point for that. But he's homegrown. He's from Texas. He was in the military. He fought for the country, and then he turned on the country. Now, while America is worried about Mexicans and El Salvadorians and, you know, the immigrant crisis and the border, they're putting all their resources in there, and they're looking at that. You got people that are homegrown right here that are able to, you know, commit an act like they committed on New Year's. And let me just talk about New Year's for a minute. Like, y'all already know how it is. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. We don't celebrate holidays. I put out plenty of videos talking about these holidays, right? And the truth is that our ancestors were given these holidays once we were here and once we were on a plantation. We were given these holidays. So what happened on that night in New Orleans, or even what happened in Vegas with the Tesla truck sitting in front of the Trump Tower, which is ironic, even with that, right? That could never be me. It can never be my circle. It could never be my family. It can never be me, because I won't be there. I won't be there celebrating none of these holidays. And I can say that with confidence. Renee said, I've been telling people all day, he not my people and he is not black. Right. You know, they will figure out a way to blame black people for something like this, just because of the color of his skin, you know. And let's be real. Black people don't do things like this. Black people don't have a history of doing things like this. It's a lot of things that black people even do today is like almost like it's a copycat of what white people have been doing for a long time, you know. So you can look at gangsterism. You can look at the mobsters versus gangbanging today. You can look at alternative lifestyles and how they have grown in the black community. But white folks have been open with that for a very long time. The cross-dressing thing, they had been open with that for a very long time before black people started actually doing it. It's like it takes a while for us to catch on and start copying and living the lifestyle and saying, okay, it's okay because they say it's okay, you know. So going back to the fact that he is dark-skinned, they will try to, you know, connect that to your average black person, but that's just not something that we do. It just never has been something that we do. And also going back to the fact that I'm not being insensitive. That's a horrible thing what happened. You know, I can't imagine being out and trying to enjoy myself and get ran down by a pickup truck. That's horrible. But like I said, because we don't celebrate holidays, we never would have been there anyway. I ain't got to worry about nothing like that. Well, you can expect things like this to happen at holiday celebrations, especially national holiday celebrations moving forward. This is the world that we live in now. Look at him, though. He's homegrown. He's homegrown. You know what I mean? He's from America. And so while they're worrying about the immigrants, they're worrying about Mexicans, people that just want to come to America and better their life, you got people like this that they're not even paying attention to. You got Armenians and Ukrainians that they not even paying attention to. They can't control this. This is like you reap what you sow. So because America was built off of terrorism and it was built off of those type of things, from a spiritual aspect, these things are going to continue to happen. And there is no way, with the resources they have and the things that they lack and the fact that they're in everybody's business in the world, that they can actually catch these things when they're about to happen.